kama umeshindwa na kazi, you can kindly exit that job. That's what some of us are asking. You have failed, William Ruto. Ruto must go is not only a song, it is now a belief. Kindly, umeshindwa na kazi. And don't fool anybody. Don't try and fool anybody. It is reality. That no matter what you do from now, it is just going to be more and more economic pain to Kenyans.
Jimi Wanjigi is a prominent Kenyan businessman known for his involvement in politics and his influence in various business sectors. He has been a controversial figure, often finding himself at odds with different government administrations.
I hate to imagine what the small mwananchi faces in this country every day. This is a home I would like to tell you we struggle to build, but this is a home I want to also tell you that this current regime of Uhuru Kenyatta, this is a home they know. It's a home they have visited. It's a home they've eaten with. They've eaten with my family here in this home many, many times. They have. In fact, their government was formed in this home. In this home. These are the facts. These are the facts. Okay? And I'm going to be very clear here. Right? I also want to say further that after the last general election in 2013, it is this home that Baba here agreed to come to shake hands with Uhuru Kenyatta after the Supreme Court had upheld his declaration. It is this home on Easter Monday that Baba agreed to come. And I remember praying extensively that day because I said, I am such a blessed man in this home and my family to have 10 million plus Kenyans in my home. I felt very blessed. It is here that a peace direction was accepted and a progress forward to Uhuru's own acceptance of leadership in 2013.
The raid on Jimi Wanjigi's home by the government during Uhuru Kenyatta's presidency was a significant event that drew widespread attention and speculation.
7 years ago, they looked for me in this house, they couldn't find me. Even now, you look for me in this house, you will not find me. So please, musijaribu tena. You're wasting your time. Yeah? If you want me, it's a simple summons and I'll appear where you want me. Stop looking for me in this house. You'll never find me. Never. Please. This is wajinga. We are not born yesterday. All right? Now, I want to be very clear here. I am firm in my commitment for democracy of this nation. I have been very vocal about the economy of this nation. And it is the economy of this nation that has led to Mandamano. There is no economy here. William Ruto, you are collapsing the economy of Kenya. That is what I speak about. Please, don't try and make me a criminal. You come and plant things in a car that is found at my gate. Please. Hizo vitu, fortunately, you know, technology. We have got a woman planting those things in that car on CCTV. You come and vandalize the CCTV here. You know, iko kitu inaitwa iCloud. It doesn't make any difference. Right? Please get with it. You seem like you are far behind technology hata nyinyi, you intelligence officers. All right? Please. You then come after taking an inventory in the night. You come again in the morning, muna plant vitu. Alafu you say take another inventory. You are here, you search the whole place, you found nothing. Then you now come to say 2 hours later, mumepata vitu zingine. Planting things, same script as 7 years ago, where you tried to plant some things in my residence in Malindi to say I have guns. Come on, please. We are not children anymore.
His political affiliations and activities have made him a target in the past, and the current situation seems to be a continuation of this trend. But wait a moment. Who is Jimi? Why do government administration fear him so much? On this video we will dive in knowing the Kenyan power button that is at disposal of Jimi Wanjigi. Before we get deeper, please subscribe to our channel, like this video and turn on notification. You can also write a comment for us. Why do you think Kenya ruling governments feel like Wanjigi is a treat to their survival? Thank you guys. Let now get deep.
And it is very unfortunate that you want to pretend and lie that you can solve our problem. You cannot. Na saa ingine, be man. Sometimes it's good to be a man enough, as they say. Kama umeshindwa na kazi useme, hii hafadhali tupatia mtu mwingine aendelee nayo. Sisi tumeshindwa. That is the only reason why you're seeing us being victimized. Why they are trying to brand us as criminals. We are not criminals. We are voicing everything here openly. We are being very clear. We don't know what you are fearing with our voices. We are going to keep speaking, right? And we are going to continue. And I can tell you, the time for honoring yourself is soon coming to an end. Asanteni sana. I also would like to thank those who have stood with my family when I have been in hiding in these premises. Let me say I was watching events, and I want to thank those who have stood with my family. Raila Odinga, Martha Karua was here for hours. Kalonzo Musyoka made some calls to my lawyers. Eugene Wamalwa was here. A lot of relatives and friends. More importantly, my good friend Willis Otieno, my lawyer, my deputy, lawyers like Osiemo, friends like Kibuchi, lawyers like Njage. I can tell you the list is long. And I want to encourage Kenyans. There's nothing like brotherhood and neighborhood. There's nothing better. Only family is better than that. Stand with your people, stand with your person next to you when they're in problems. Stand with them when they are doing the right thing, but they are in problems. Tomorrow it will be you if you don't stand with them. I can say today people stood with me. For those kids who have been killed during this Mandamano, I want to tell you with all my heart, I stand with you. And I stand with those families. And if you want to kill more William Ruto, don't worry. You also have children. The curses of God are wide and far. Be very careful. Very careful. Very, very careful. Because with every bad deed you do, you define your exit. And history has a lot of records. So kindly, stop killing our children. It's about time we stop those tabias. So please, Kenyans, stand with those who are hurting for expressing their democratic right, for voicing your opinions, for standing up for the better of Kenya, because that's what they're standing up for. God bless you all. Asante sana.
Yes, Honorable Jimmy, have you recorded any statement for
A statement with who?
To this end, with the DCI?
Have I received summons?
You haven't received any summons?
No, who has summoned me? I've received no summons. What statement? About for what? Have I committed a crime?
The breakage they've done in your residence?
Oh, against them?
Yeah.
Oh, that I will sue them for monies they cannot believe.
Probably how much?
A lot of money. They are doing the assessment. Yes.
Maybe perhaps for you to give us a rough estimate of what exactly they've destroyed there, just a rough estimate.
I have just more or less surfaced. So you let us do our assessment. They are experts who do that, right? But millions of shillings. Yes. Is that from the government? Have they said it? Who has said it? Which government has said that? I sue them directly. But let me also say this. Let me say this. I don't know what funding Gen Z is. Let me be very clear, and I want you to catch me very clearly. June 18th, when the first Mandamano began, there was a request for money to help those who had been jailed. I publicly donated money to help many come out of bond. Some came out on free bonds, others were bonded. I even put it on my Twitter feed. X that I have done so. Let me also add, but let me tell you, if there was somewhere to fund them, I would fund them. If there was some channel, I can take the little money I have to make sure that they have water and that they have toothpaste so that they can handle this tear gas that is illegally thrown at them. I would do it.
I think I said yesterday this isn't the first time we've been raided. So us as a family were strong. We know we've done nothing wrong. We know we're on the right side of things. So, I mean, with that, we have the blessing of God, as I would say. Yeah. But we're all good, yeah.
And we know that this is not the first time, and like you said, you are kind of familiar. You familiarize yourself with such raids. How is this different from the previous ones?
More physical assault, I would say. The first team, as Willis said, was very violent. Second team, even more violent in terms of destruction of property. So I don't know why the escalation. Yeah. Maybe Wambui wants to add something.
My name is Wambui. I'm the very proud daughter of Jimi Wanjigi. I want to say that one thing that keeps us going is our father. We're here we protect him and we love him. The police came to humiliate us and to degrade us. But one thing that we can take out of today is I've never felt prouder to be his daughter. And I've never felt prouder to be a Wanjigi after today. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Wambui. We'll now speak to the mama, Jimi Wanjigi's mom, and just to get an account of, what this means to the family. Mama, kama unaweza tuongelesha, utueleze tu yale ambayo yako katika mawazo yako.
It's very unfortunate that this has to happen after Jimmy's father was buried about a month ago. It's very unfortunate. I'm the mother of Jimmy. I know him very well since the childhood, and he's never been a criminal. He's a loving son, a loving father, and a loving husband of this wife. We love him, and we wish that what happened to him, everybody
would do it. Are they doing anything illegal? No. They're exercising their democratic right. All right? So I would like to know which government agency is saying I am funding. And what is this funding? They are looking for scapegoats. They started with, I think, Russia. Then they went to Ford Foundation. Then they went to Ford Foundation. Now it's Jimi Wanjigi. Please. Please. Yeah, we're not stupid. This is just a big joke, right? They are looking for scapegoats. They are the cause of this problem. William Ruto is collapsing the economy of this country. The problems are just not even begun yet. You see problems here you've never even imagined going forward, right? He's a sinking ship, and he's looking for scapegoats. I'm sorry, Kenyans will not be your scapegoat, and I will not be either.
Maybe we've seen you publicly advise the president on how he can get us out of the debts that we are in. Has he tried to reach you so that you can be able to maybe help him to do so the way you've been advising on it?
Let me put it a different way. When William Ruto came to power, I gave him a year to try and sort out the debt problem and the issues plaguing this country. And I said I will not comment anything against him until his first budget. After his first budget, I communicated with him. And I was very clear that he is committing illegalities in his budget. He didn't seem to understand, or he was deliberately not understanding what I was telling him. I subsequently told him that I would challenge him on the illegalities that he is committing on our financial laws. That illegality has been challenged. It started with the Finance Bill of 2023 that you saw Kia Omtata progress. And I can tell you a lot of my own experts were the ones who gave the information and did the draft. People like Willis here were part of that drafting. And you can see, just a week ago, the Finance Bill of 2023 had been angushwad, angushwa by the courts of law. The 2024 Finance Bill was angushwad by Gen Z. The interesting thing that William Ruto should know, and the government should know, is that that ruling has far-reaching effects. It takes us back to the revenue of Uhuru's Finance Bill of 2022, which means today VAT on petroleum should be at 8%, not 16%, for example. He has continued to impose a 16% VAT on petroleum as an illegality over the last 1 week or so. Now, what is more far-reaching is that that ruling said the following, that the revenue estimates as envisaged in the Constitution of Kenya have never been tabled by William Samoei Ruto in his first budget and his second budget, this one. And that thus the finance bill is illegal now and unconstitutional. It means his appropriation bill, where you anchor revenue estimates and expenditure estimates, are illegal. That is what is called the budget. So his budget of 2023 was illegal. His budget of 2024 is illegal. It means the debt that he's proposing to take and he has taken since he came to power is illegal according to the laws of this country. So I want to tell you, you're going to see what you call economic collapse, perpetuated by constitutional illegality by one man called William Samoei Ruto. He will see it, it's coming, you will all feel it, but I want you to understand, he is the one who's done it, and it's deliberate. And because it is illegal, it cannot fall on our shoulders as Kenyans. We are not going to carry that burden. He has to carry it himself. It is not going to be put to us to deal with. He has to deal with that illegality. So yes, I have told him.
Jimi Wanjigi is a prominent Kenyan businessman and political strategist. He has been involved in various high-profile business deals and has significant influence in Kenyan politics. Wanjigi's political involvement became particularly notable during the 2017 presidential elections, where he was a key supporter and financier of the opposition leader, Raila Odinga. In October 2017, a contingent of police officers raided Wanjigi's home in Muthaiga, Nairobi. The raid was conducted by officers from the Special Crimes Prevention Unit, who claimed they were searching for illegal firearms. This was not the first time Wanjigi had faced such actions. His offices had been raided previously under similar pretenses. Reasons behind the raid. 1. Political allegiances. Wanjigi's support for Raila Odinga and his opposition to Uhuru Kenyatta's government were seen as primary reasons for the raid. Wanjigi was instrumental in the opposition's campaign and was believed to be a significant financier. His political activities and influence made him a target for the government, which viewed him as a threat. 2. Allegations of illegal firearms. The official reason given for the raid was the search for illegal firearms. The police claimed that Wanjigi was in possession of unlicensed weapons, which posed a security threat. However, Wanjigi and his supporters argued that this was a pretext to intimidate and silence him due to his political affiliations. 3. Business interests. Wanjigi's extensive business dealings, some of which involved government contracts, may have also played a role. There were speculations that the raid was an attempt to undermine his business interests and weaken his financial support for the opposition. Raiding Wanjigi home comes with the following implications. 1. Political tensions. The raid exacerbated political tensions in the country, especially given its timing during the highly contested 2017 presidential elections. It was seen as a move by the government to clamp down on dissent and intimidate opposition supporters. 2. Public outcry. The incident drew significant public attention and criticism. Many viewed it as an abuse of power and a violation of Wanjigi's rights. The raid was widely covered in the media, and there were calls for accountability and transparency from the government. 3. Legal battles. Following the raid, Wanjigi pursued legal action against the government, challenging the legality of the raid and the accusations against him. These legal battles highlighted issues of due process and the rule of law in Kenya. The raid on Jimi Wanjigi's home was a complex event with multiple layers of political, legal, and social implications. It underscored the intense political rivalry in Kenya and the lengths to which the government was willing to go to maintain control. While the official reason for the raid was the search for illegal firearms, the broader context suggests that it was also a politically motivated move to silence a prominent opposition supporter. Ruto government also has an issue with businessman Jimi Wanjigi, and the Kenyan government have garnered significant attention. Here's a detailed overview of the situation. Recent events leading to the arrest attempt. Allegations and police actions. The Kenyan police have launched a manhunt for Jimi Wanjigi, accusing him of sponsoring anti-government protests. On August 8, 2024, police raided Wanjigi's home in Nairobi's Muthaiga area, following a vehicle that was abandoned outside his residence. The police claimed to have found tear gas canisters, Motorola gadgets, and other items in the vehicle, which they linked to Wanjigi. Accusations of sponsoring protests. The police allege that Wanjigi has been funding protests against the government, specifically the None protests held on August 8. He was reportedly seen distributing money to youths on Limuru Road, which the authorities believe was intended to support the protests.
Let's distinguish between the personal and siasa. Siasa, wanaume na wanagombana nayo huku nje. You don't bring it to somebody's personal home. William Ruto, we can gombana huku nje. Siasa. Don't bring it to my home. In this home, you have assaulted my wife. You have assaulted my children, my Gen Z children. Those policemen assaulted them. You have vandalized the home. You have stolen items here. You have broken items. What is that got to do with the siasa we do outside there? This is my home. This is where my children are. But I say my children are alive. There are very many children out there since the protests that began in June that are dead. Their mothers are still grieving. Why are you harming people's children? Just because of expressing their political will and direction and expressing themselves as per Article 37, the right to demonstrate. Jana tuliona maajabu. We went to give Gen Z what we believed was a much needed support on Nane. We hit the streets. We were there no more than 5-10 minutes. And we were tear gassed like you cannot believe. Driving out of town, we were chased to this home. And it has been a siege since that time, where hundreds of police officers have been here. And they have done criminal things you cannot believe, all in the view of looking for me.
These protests have been part of a broader movement by Gen Z youth demanding better governance, which has led to clashes with the police and the deaths of several protesters. Legal and political implications. Lack of warrant and legal concerns. Wanjigi's lawyer, Willis Otieno, has criticized the police actions, stating that they did not have a warrant for the search and that the raid was conducted without proper legal procedures. He argued that the government is using Wanjigi as a scapegoat for its failures, drawing parallels to previous administrations that have targeted Wanjigi during times of political turmoil. Political motivations. The timing and nature of the accusations against Wanjigi suggest potential political motivations. Wanjigi has been a vocal critic of the government and has been involved in opposition politics. His support for anti-government protests and his influence in political circles may have made him a target for the current administration, which is facing its own challenges and criticisms. Broader context of protests and government response. Gen Z protests. The Gen Z protests, which have been ongoing since June, have highlighted widespread dissatisfaction with the government's performance. The protesters have been demanding better governance, accountability, and transparency. The government's response has been heavy-handed, with police using tear gas and other measures to disperse demonstrators. Government's stance. The government, led by President William Ruto, has been under pressure to address various issues, including economic challenges and public discontent. The administration's approach to handling protests and dissent has been criticized by human rights organizations and opposition figures. The targeting of prominent individuals like Wanjigi may be seen as an attempt to quell dissent and maintain control. The attempt to arrest Jimi Wanjigi by the Ruto government appears to be a complex interplay of legal, political, and social factors. The allegations against Wanjigi, the manner of the police raid, and the broader context of anti-government protests all point to a situation where political motivations and legal concerns are deeply intertwined. As the situation unfolds, it will be crucial to monitor how the government addresses these issues and whether Wanjigi's case will lead to broader implications for political dissent and governance in Kenya. We have come to an end of this video. Please subscribe to our channel. Like this video and turn on notification. You can also write a comment for us. Why do you think Kenya ruling government's officials and president feel like Wanjigi is a threat to their survival? Thank you guys. Let's meet in our next video. Good luck.